everyone. Welcome into the MFM podcast. Dan, Michelle, and the OG Shav.
Shav has returned from China.
The prodigal son has returned.
I know. I feel like when he left, I was thinking about this. You told us you were going to be gone for 2 months max. And we were all like, no, you're going to stay for longer.
And
that was like 2 years ago, Shav.
When I came back, I was only planning on being back for a month for Christmas. And then I probably will not go back now.
Yay! Really? That's great
so.
news. That's great news. That makes me happy.
Before we dive in to more important things, I gotta get a couple of things off my chest first of all.
Okay, let's hear it.
I noticed this when I was on a dating app the other day. This girl had a picture of herself. She had taken it in the mirror.
Yeah.
And on the mirror, I could see that she had written, "You are loved. You are wanted.
Oh no!
You are strong."
Run!
And I was
run,
like,
Dan, run!
And I immediately, I was like, has any girl, like, that is the most dare.
And did she know like that it was in the background? Like, that makes it double worse.
But has anyone that has ever done that actually been someone you wanted to get in a relationship with?
Also, no, and she knows it's on the picture, so she wants people to know she's like that.
It also means she's probably recently out of a break and is still obsessed with the guy, needs to feel validation.
Can we do it like a drinking game or some kind of game every time Shav says obsessed? We need like a whiteboard here. I'm going to do a little counter.
Because
that's one.
Things that it says, you are this, you are that, none of those things usually. That's why you have to tell yourself that.
I was actually debating with a girl, a couple of people at dinner the other night, and these were talking about how therapy is so amazing and everybody should go to therapy, and they go to therapy.
It's a big scam,
I don't think it's a scam. I think only single unhappy women go to therapy, because I've never seen a happily married or a happy girl in a relationship need therapy, because when they're happy with a man and they find someone they want to be with, their man acts as a therapist. They don't need to go talk to somebody else.
That's a good point.
I've never seen a girl need therapy that wasn't coming out of a breakup or single. Like, it's just
there's something in the background.
If they do go to therapy, once they meet a guy and are happy with him, it's funny how they all of a sudden stop needing therapy.
No, I think there's more to therapy than just going to complain about a relationship. So I think you're right. I think a lot of women don't go to therapy and then they get broken up. Then they do go to therapy and then they start dating a guy and they don't, when it's actually that's actually the wrong way to do it. When you're happy, still go to therapy and talk about There's so many things that I worry about in my life other than a relationship. Absolutely. I need therapy, but not for a fucking relationship.
No, I agree with you. And that's what they were one of the points was people should go to therapy before they actually need therapy.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about what should be. I'm just making
women
a
don't
comment
do it
of
unless
what is. Women go to therapy mostly about relationships when they're single and unhappy. That's just what they do. I don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And honestly, if they stayed going to therapy after they were in the relationship, it might prevent them from not coming on too strong, but putting too much shit on the guy and like pressure on the guy. The guy is their total source of everything. Having an outlet outside of a dude, I think, is very healthy.
I think as long as it doesn't compromise the ability to communicate with your significant other.
A
woman
the therapist isn't making her challenge
a good therapist.
A woman shouldn't be wanting to get stuff off of her chest, and normally she would talk to her guy about it, but she holds it back and wants to talk to her therapist.
I think a good therapist would help the woman communicate better help facilitate her communicating more healthy towards a guy, more straightforward. Like, I think that's what some shitty therapists who want to be the guy that they like. But yeah, I think a good therapist would encourage a woman or a man to communicate as best they could with their partner. That's what a good therapist would do.
Like, a therapist shouldn't be exactly telling you what to do anyway.
No.
But I know, like, I've seen bad therapists actually tell. I had a friend, and I felt like the therapist was causing problems in her relationship on purpose, almost to keep her as like a patient.
That's what I was about to say. There's almost like a conflict of interest. Like, they don't make as much money if they help you resolve the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like they benefit from, okay, you need to keep seeing me to talk about this, because there's not. So how do you sift through who has really your best intentions and who wants you to get better but not good enough to where you don't need to talk to them anymore?
I would say, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just remembering when you said couples therapy is a fraud, because you went there a couple times.
Couples therapy is a fraud.
Yeah.
And I think we're talking, to get back to women going to therapy, that there's so much more going on in your life than just relationships. Women's whole life revolve around their relationships.
And that's what I'm saying.
They going on.
But that's why I was saying, I think if women continued to go to the therapist so that she didn't become obsessed to a bad degree with the dude, you know what I mean? So she had just like an outlet of it, because I know women can get like that.
But also, I don't think going to a therapist is going to undo hundreds of thousands of years of like evolution and survival. What women are still going to be attracted to the same thing. They can know they shouldn't be, but you're not going to undo hundreds of thousands of years of what has made human beings attracted to other human beings. They're still going to be attracted to the same thing. Their attraction triggers are still going to get flipped when guys behave a certain way. We've talked about that so much, and we know how to behave.
Bang, boom, they're obsessed. So my experience with therapy has been when I was in high school, I was very depressed in high school, and my mom was always like, my parents were always proponents of therapy.
Your perfect parents, literally.
And
not surprised.
And they always encourage. It was never like, you're weak to me. It was always like, that's a strong thing to do, is admit you need help. But
honestly, not to jump in, but that's awesome of your parents for being in that generation.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this generation's parents are open to therapy, but like our parents' generations are like, you don't share your feelings. You don't cry. You don't do anything. Like, you don't even talk about it. So, like, for your parents to have,
if that's
even
the
more
case,
awesome.
How do you attribute the significantly higher divorce rate now as opposed to the time when there wasn't therapy? If therapy is effective, why do you think the divorce rate
There's
is
a million
higher?
reasons the divorce rate is higher.
Swipe right, swipe left.
The internet, the amount of options that are out there, the amount of people that are hitting on women.
But would you agree that social media and the internet impacts women way more and way worse in the dealing in the dating marketplace than it does men? Because it makes women overinflate their values.
No, I think
so
it
much.
Also makes men see another option. Like too many
it makes
options.
everyone see another option.
And Dan has always brought up the point of you comparing yourself to relationships because everybody makes their relationship seem like perfect.
But who gets more attention on social media?
Women,
men or
obviously.
Women,
so
definitely.
that's what I'm saying. It makes women, just because they can get a DM from A or B list celebrity, they're going to now think that they can be in a relationship with that caliber of guy. That girls are not looking for their equal. They think that they're going to be able to get some guy that just wants to hook up with them because they DM'd them or like their pictures on Instagram. That's why I think social media impacts women way worse.
I think, yes, but I think with men, they're always seeing other options out there too.
Women, you can go post provocative pictures and just get so much attention
right away.
Free attention. Women, that's what women want.
I'm sorry, I said it backwards. No, but women do go after men that are in relationships. I see that a lot too. Like women are sliding into men's DMs, especially if they see that dude treating a woman on his page.
100% women are attracted to men that are unavailable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who is the schmuck that's sitting at home like commenting like you're so beautiful on some picture of some woman they've never met?
Probably young boys that don't understand.
Super old men too.
Yeah.
But what do you get out of that?
It's always user 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, but like, what do you get out of it? I've never understood the thought process of I'm gonna take my time to and also like some of these women on social media are just AI now. Literally AI, like voluptuous, curvy girls, and there's like people commenting on it like, you're beautiful. It's like, dude, what are we doing?
Or look at the time that we did the filter here. Remember when we did the filter on our face and like how different it was?
Yeah.
But it's the same reason, it's the same craziness that men at gas stations, any woman will tell you one of the scariest places to go is a gas station because all of a sudden, every man gets courage at a gas station to approach a woman. Like, all the time. It's the same people that are leaving those comments. It's terrible.
Women need attention the same way men need, like, physical intimacy with a woman. That's their currency. Attention is their currency.
But not from who we don't want it from, though. Certain women.
No, but you still, when you get attention from anybody, it still gives you that dopamine hit. It gives me validation. That's what I said. Women are only as strong as the men in their life make them feel. And if they're not getting it from the guy they want, they still will go out there and still want to get attention from other guys because it makes them feel good about themselves. It gives them validation. That's why we talked about it on a previous episode. Women have such a hard time not posting provocative pictures on Instagram when they get into a relationship.
Certain kinds of women, I think. Yeah. I think any woman that's going to still post provocative pictures for attention in a relationship is not somebody you want to be with.
I don't think.
Yeah. Huge red flag.
I don't think I could date I definitely couldn't date a woman who posted provocative pictures on social. That's so far outside of the type of personality I'm looking for at this point.
Not being willing to give up posting provocative pictures on your Instagram. If your man asks you to, that's a huge red flag.
Have you been with
them? I think posting them even like before you met me is a red flag to me because
it
that's who you're trying to be. Your goals in life are probably different than mine. If you're like the things that make you happy are posting provocative picture and getting guys to write hard
unless
eyes.
they're actually making money from it, like they're modeling for a brand.
If they're-
Yeah,
it's
well,
like-
there's a big difference than
Right.
that. But it's the same with the dudes in the shirtless gym selfies, like we talked about in episode 1.
No, the
you know?
equivalent would be men posting stuff showing off their money. Cars
just
and
as
like
douchey.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Shirtless gym
they're
selfies,
like
too.
when girls are posting stuff on it, they're letting themselves know they're still open
Yeah.
to getting attention from other guys. A girl that's in a happy relationship does not care about getting attention from anybody other
Yeah,
than
she
her
shouldn't
man.
be posting
right,
that stuff.
right.
But I agree. Before and
Yeah,
after,
that's-
but that is a good point about that would be a turn off to me if a guy posted a picture
Right.
like sitting on
Like,
his car next to
even,
his car.
Even when
like,
y'all are still in if you're in a relationship and he's still posting
Yeah.
stuff like about his money, trying to let people know what his dating marketplace value is.
or the
God,
muscles, like all the
things that we value on social media and just the
know.
amount of fakeness that is behind it. It's absurd.
Oh, it's
You're
awful.
absolutely right.
The
Absolutely
two
right.
worst things I think might be on social media
What?
is the two things that might irk me the most is the lip syncing videos
Oh,
Oh, I know.
and reaction
Especially when
videos.
they're
Yeah.
like off.
Let me break this down for a second. So for a lip syncing video, like someone heard a song that someone spent a lot of time, like an artistic effort on, and decided what would make this better is my face.
Yes.
And
Are
then
you talking about like the TikTok trend ones? Or are you talking
either
about
one, singing
Either.
along with a song, or like taking a movie line, and then people were like, "Oh my God, you're a good actor!" Like actor?
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me? That's
No,
acting.
hold on. People are actually making a living off making reaction videos to reaction videos. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's, oh shit!
Yeah.
What is your talent?
yeah.
Like,
I know.
Eventually, we're gonna get to the point where people are making reaction videos of reaction videos that are reacting to reacting videos.
To-
Like,
There
like,
was
yeah,
one that
yeah.
went like super viral that people were doing that, and they were like stacked. They've actually kind of made it funny though because they were like connecting the videos to each other. But yeah,
it's absurd. The lip sync is like they take some line from a TV show or something, and they're just like,
Or they're just reacting. I've had people react to my content, stitch it or something, and they're reacting to nothing. You know?
It's ridiculous.
What's worse is that sometimes when I get bored, I'll actually watch a reaction video. I'm like, why am I entertained by this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep watching it, but
Yeah.
I want to see what other
But then,
people.
and then, do you ever get to the point where, whoa, and you just like X out of it, and you're like, what the dude? I'm
Yeah.
like wasting
That
my
was
life.
Well,
30 minutes.
That's why you should stay away from TikTok because TikTok is the type of app where you end up in places you're like, how did I get here? What path did I take down TikTok
I have
that
a
got
waste
me
of
into
time.
this?
hard line. I will not let myself go on Instagram longer than one time a week tops.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
just
I
so
don't-
toxic. It's
Yeah.
like it makes you think that everybody's happy
Yeah.
and creates this fault. Like
It's like comparison is the thief of joy type.
Don't
Yeah,
you love when
yeah.
you'll see a couple who like everything looks like super great,
And then one of
she's
them murders
posting, then
the other.
all of a sudden her last name drops off. She starts posting quotes.
and starts putting captions in her quotes. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, so
like-
that guy broke up with you, and now you
They go from like super happy one day, and then so you know the whole time that they were like not
Yeah.
happy.
Something that I've noticed before, and then the other day, just is like the straw that broke the camel's back, and it infuriated me. I was on a
It's
dating
always
app.
the most random stuff that he comes up with.
Yeah, you'll agree with me on this. So I was on the dating app, and one of the prompts is that you can choose is like 2 truths and a lie. She had a tattoo in her picture, okay? So just keep that in mind. So the 2 truths and a lie was like, something like that I've traveled to like such and such countries, and then it was like, I paint my tattoos on to look cool, hot. And then it was like, I dated a country artist. She wants you to be like, oh, like who?
Yeah,
What-
the country
dude,
artist that you dated.
Women will go so out of their way to tell you if they dated like even the
Right.
most minor
Oh, yeah.
celebrity.
It's their whole identity. Who
Yeah,
they're in
yeah.
relationships
It's all,
with.
dude. It's like they're like
They're
I-
trying to get the Pete Davidson effect.
If this would be like me being like 2 truths and a lie.
I'm
I
5'2".
dated a famous actress. I'm 5'4", and my name's Dan. What's the? It's hosted. You did date an actor. Yeah, I did. They're like I wanted to end. Like no,
Yeah.
he's you, and you call it dating.
Yeah.
And
Hold on, I have to comment. You said that's like the Pete Davidson effect. The equivalent of a guy
that disgusts
hold
me
on,
personally.
Oh, you have a female Pete Davidson effect?
The equivalent of the Pete Davidson effect for a girl, what makes a girl seem more valuable to a man is her not being with a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like her being pure.
It's her
maintaining
not
her
wanting to be with the
Yeah,
famous.
yeah.
There was a time when I was dating Arando, and before
Which
me,
one's
you remember
Arando?
the
Arania.
broadcaster.
Oh, okay.
You know how she dated
She
Mario
watches
Williams
our stuff, by the
Yeah.
way.
before me? Yeah, I knew that, but
Dated
like
who?
football player,
Okay.
which I knew and I didn't care. I never brought it up. Okay, and I
He
could.
was a professional football player?
Oh, he signed one of the biggest contracts
Yeah,
in history. He was a defensive end, played at State.
Okay.
Played for the Texans.
Now, did she like
Buffalo
try
Bills.
to like make sure you knew?
Well, that's what I'm gonna. This is the best story. So I could tell like occasionally she'd talk about her ex, and like I could tell she like
In the
wanted
beginning?
me.
This is in the beginning?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
natural, but you could play it off as that was just natural, telling each other about your past relationships. But I could tell she wanted me to inquire, and I just wouldn't.
Oh.
And then we were in Atlanta.
I love doing stuff like that.
We were in Atlanta and with Sheets and his wife, and somehow it got brought up, and she was like,
Were you together at this
yeah,
point?
we were together, and she's like I dated like such and such, and Sheets was like, oh really? And I was like, who's that? And
You're
I
the same way about
played-
Taylor Swift.
I played so dumb, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you could tell
She's
she
so
was
mad.
so unsatisfied
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
didn't wasn't like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What? I don't care.
Girls
Yeah.
love it when guys get jealous.
Yeah,
Like they love it.
I think if you either have played professional, you were an athlete, or like I was a journalist, so I was like always around celebrities, and
just
to
so
me they're
silly.
just it's people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I
It's
think if you've
silly.
never been in a scenario, people are just ridiculous about it.
I just
You know
it's
what
like you want me to know so bad.
He's a
You want me to
person.
care so bad.
Yeah. I
And
love that you didn't.
I don't.
I love
Yeah.
that you
and
did.
it never came up again.
Yeah.
I like to this day she may watch this.
The
but to this day she probably
does watch this.
I hope she thinks I
comes
have
up
no
in our
idea
viewers, like, every
who that
day.
is.
The masculine indifference to that is such a turn on. If you're just
Yeah.
indifferent about it
Yeah.
in a masculine,
Yeah.
respectful way, it's
And it's that's great. Go be. Why aren't you with him? That's
Yeah,
what's my
yeah.
other thing. Like you want to talk? Go
Yeah.
be with the country.
Are
artists.
you
Go be
not
with-
over it?
Go be with the athlete. Like I don't know why you're.
if you're proud enough to like want to
make
like
me feel
advertise,
bad, like me feel like unworthy, then go
Yeah,
be with
yeah.
him. Like why are you with me then? That's
Right,
interesting
right.
that you're here.
Yeah.
Because
So
there's the
Shav.
door, and like they never end up leaving.
Yeah, yeah.
So Shav, would that have triggered your retroactive jealousy?
Yeah. That's,
I think
And explain to
It
us
would
what
have
that
la-
means.
retroactive jealousy, OCD, is a condition that when people can get, mostly happens in men, they get obsessed with their partner's past relationships and past hookups, things like that, to a very unhealthy, it's like where
Yeah.
you can't get over it, and you have these ruminating thoughts about, and it causes you to just question everything. You want to know everything that happened, when it happened, how long it happened, and it's very destructive in a relationship. And
I have questions.
okay,
So is your obsession that you think that person will get back with that person, or do you feel inferior? What's the feeling?
I don't know what causes it. Like different things can cause it, but you literally think of the past as it's happening.
Yeah.
That is how
You
your
almost
brain
feel like
processes.
you're like being cheated. Like you have competition.
I'm not kidding. I'm
hardcore.
not kidding. Where I've had it in the past before, where first of all, you interrogate them and you have to know everything that happened.
Yeah.
To the where stuff where it's just like cutting you and it's like traumatic.
Yeah.
But you still want to know. And then you might get satisfied with an answer, but then a couple days later you're thinking to yourself, wait, okay, I need to ask her about that though. A whole new thing opens
Yeah.
up and you go down a whole new rabbit hole.
And do you tell somebody you're with? I don't know what we call her on this.
No.
Well,
so
know about
I
it?
actually didn't even know about the term retroactive jealousy until several months ago.
Yeah.
And I thought it was something that I had experienced because being a Christian, and I told you I wasn't with a girl until I was 23, 24
Yeah.
years old. And I thought that was just because I was strong enough to resist temptations up to that point. I thought that was what it was. But then
Yeah.
it kept happening in every relationship. And in my most recent relationship, like I thought it was dead, but it just comes back like a damn tidal wave.
And do you explain to them like that you do hyper focus on it or whatever?
Well,
or because
I didn't even know. I didn't even know to put a name on it until I kind
out
of
about
Google
it.
and I heard someone talking about there are some good doctors that deal just with that, but it's not really like that known of a thing. But a lot of people do struggle with it, but it's more majority men.
Yeah.
Because like we said, women obviously they don't want to think about being the past, but it's most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time they like that you've
Yeah.
gotten with a bunch of other girls.
Yeah.
As long as you're willing and they trust you, that actually makes them feel better. With men, it's like they don't
Yeah.
want to think about a girl,
Yeah.
especially a girl like you're going to consider marrying.
I
It
was
doesn't
a
matter.
good girl.
yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. To me, I just never. I don't know. I had to be in a relationship and like in love with somebody because I feel like it's a gift. You know what I mean?
You've never had a one night stand.
No, I told you guys.
Really?
That. No, I've always been in a relationship in love. Yeah. To me, why would I do that? Why would I give the gift of myself to someone who just was random.
That's what I'm saying. Girls get so mad when guys like talk about it, but if it bothers you, it's because you do ultimately respect them, and you can't understand, like, how do you not respect yourself?
Yeah.
Your body's the most precious thing you can have. Like, how could you give that to somebody else without an extreme
like
amount?
cheapening yourself, because they should have to work for it. You know
See,
what I mean?
wow.
And to me, it's, I don't know. I feel like being intimate, it's chemistry and like knowing somebody.
Yeah.
And like, how can you be like, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be good if I didn't care about the person.
What's the situation with your current relationship?
First of all, what's
How's
her
the-
name? Your current. What's the nickname for your current situation? Because he back from
Mauricio.
China with a girl.
Mauricio.
I have a very serious girlfriend
So what
now.
are you trying to do about the retroactive jealousy? Are you trying to work through it? You obviously looked into it.
The thing about retroactive jealousy, it confuses you, because some of it you think, okay, this is not me being irrational about the past. Is how much of it is this being irrational and it's you, and how much of it is, okay, really you question the other person's values and if it makes you equally yoked, and it really messes with your mind.
I think it's good, like when you've texted me in the past and asked me. I think if like you check in with a friend and they're a friend, I would hold you accountable. I'd be like,
Right.
you're bugging out or
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
I think that can keep you.
No, you gave me great advice. When I was messaging you in China, and it was something that triggered the retroactive jealousy.
Yeah.
Like I said, it had been dormant for 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And I remember
like
thinking,
the monster
I
is
remember
dormant.
thinking to myself, like, God, I remember when that used to bother me, and I like laughed about it. I was like, I could never care about that again. And then something happened when I was dating a girl that triggered it, and it's like, now it's almost, I wish I hadn't have seen that thing that triggered it. But
Oh yeah, no, you definitely. That's tough though, because the thing that was like, I can understand why a thing.
I think that anything that happens when you're when you're dating somebody falls under your jurisdiction. If it's,
I love
if
that.
it's,
I just got the Constitution. So
if it's before y'all met,
Your juris.
then it's irrational. As long as it's within
I
like
think
your
that's valid.
morals.
Yeah,
Or
no,
unless she
I
did-
think if you're dating someone and then they reach out to an ex and send them,
But I also think that if it happened before you, if it happened with somebody that you're in the same circle of, out of respect, you have the right to know. That is something that you may cross paths. Like,
Yes.
you have the right to know.
We've talked about this before.
Like-
100%.
like-
Because you carry
Because
yourself
you don't wanna
in
look
a
like a
different
schmuck.
way. Carry yourself in a different way.
Girls
if
don't
you
understand.
know.
Girls don't understand how guys talk.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it is such like most guys. When you've gotten with a girl, it's like such a badge of honor for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy that
you don't want your girl to be on everyone's lapel.
Yeah, and you want to know, because like you're not going to walk into a room and like
Right.
have like no
Because
idea.
I want to know so I can walk through that door with my tail between my legs.
Yeah.
You know what? Women are the same
You
way.
tell me so
though.
I can be ashamed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
like women are the same way. I want to know, and we can tell. I can instantly tell by
You
the way
wanna
a
know,
girl is
but
around
you
my
wanna know
man.
the
You'll
difference.
be so turned on by it.
The difference is
You guys always say
you
that.
walk in proud that
Yeah.
you're the guy. You're the
You're with
girl
the guy who's
Yeah.
dating everyone.
dating. He wouldn't date you. He just had for him, but he's with me and proud of me.
Yeah.
That makes you feel better. With
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
No,
Yeah.
it's complete opposite. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like the walk.
Once you've been with a guy and your future wedding dress is a shade darker because of that guy, guys
Once
don't like
he's
that.
officially planted his flag in your
Yeah,
select
like that's not
and
you.
claimed
You
that
haven't
land.
discovered that land.
He's like an
anymore.
early settler.
Yeah, he saw that
love
land.
that. I have
like
the
running
He's-
in Kansas. With
Yeah, he
the
saw
flag.
that land. He saw that land. Didn't see anything special about the land. It was like, I'm going to go into some more land.
I'm gonna put my flag
all
here,
right,
but
all right, we've been here for a couple hours. I don't
yeah,
like this
yeah.
land. Let's
It's
move on to
arid
some-
and dry. It's
Yeah.
desert.
So you're saying the whole jurisdiction thing, like yes, everything that happens when you're together, but I think if anything happened prior to your jurisdiction, your time period, that was like super bad, red flag, then I think also that's
Well, I think
relatable.
I agree with that. I think that you obviously, when you get to know somebody, you have to make sure you have the same morals, have the same
Yeah.
values, and look. A lot of that with women is how selective they were in their behavior before they met you. Like you don't like guys that say, or people that say the past doesn't matter at all.
Yes,
Okay, so would you go date the girl that slept with 100 guys in 24 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. So like we can establish that there is a threshold where the past does matter, but it's got to be you got to be able to make sense of it and be able to accept it.
And what they did with their past, I think, makes the biggest difference too. Like everybody has like shit from their past or whatever, or maybe they made a mistake, but it's like what they did afterwards.
Right. And if
their
you did make a mistake, how much time was there between that mistake and when we met? So were you actually a different person?
Yeah.
If it's
Or did I just come put a Band-Aid over that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it happened right before you met, then it's okay. The same person I started dating was the same person that made these mistakes. You didn't change. And that doesn't mean you can't be with somebody, but
I don't know. I feel like anybody in that scenario, it never works out. If you're like that Band-Aid person or the rebound, whether it's a rebound or they're just like trying to just move on quick so that they can like just forget about that, it never works out.
Yeah.
People are all messed up in that situation. Like if you
agree.
don't process your feelings. What's that thing I always go back to? If you don't, what's that thing? If you don't deal with your feelings, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you, which is so true.
I totally agree with you.
I hate getting bled on.
Oh, great.
And I think men do such a better job of.
You think men do a better job at everything, Shav?
After a breakup, men can actually go be single and not date anybody for a while. Women
are branch climbers.
No, women have to at least go date, get attention from, but they usually don't get over a guy they really love until another guy that they perceive of having equal to or greater value comes in and gives them a better offer. Women treat men like men treat jobs. Why would you ever leave a job if you didn't have a job offer waiting for you? And no girl wants to be unemployed. No guy wants to be unemployed. The women can't handle being unemployed.
I think until you get to be a certain age, because I was definitely like that, like in my 20s and stuff. I look back and I was like, okay, yeah, there was like definitely times I should have stayed single. But the more and more people talk openly about mental health and things, the more it's become okay. I think people are starting to be okay being single here and there, but is that just what they're saying?
Even if a girl is single out of necessity because the guy she's obsessed with won't be with her, she still doesn't get over him until she meets and starts dating and becomes obsessed with another guy.
5. The best way to
Okay, give me a word other than obsession.
No, I love that you said it.
Obsession only obsession cures obsession.
Yeah.
The best way to get over a guy is to get under another one.
You talking about having a one-night stand?
The best way
it's not my philosophy, but I've heard it before.
If I could give
I would not be
advice,
able to do that.
I wish young women had better role models to tell them to maintain purity. Don't go give yourself to guys that don't earn. I know girls get obsessed with the bad boy early on and they need validation, and that's how they prove it to themselves. But I just wish now
it's never going to work out.
There's no good role models for women that are telling them, hey, you don't have to go give yourself.
No, it's rap songs says lick my.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
And I hate it because
why not get to know somebody, make them work for it? You know what I mean?
I can't believe the guys who some women deem worthy suitors.
It's women when left to their own devices are such poor decision makers.
Listen, I'm not saying I was always a great decision maker, but I at least made them get to know
the problem
first.
is when girls are young and actually in their like prime years, they make these bad decisions, and then by the time they smarten up and try and change.
Yeah.
I mean, I made some dumb dating decisions in my past. We all have, though, I think.
Yeah.
That's how we learn, right?
Yeah, I had a date last night, actually.
Oh, do tell. Is it the same one that you were going to go out with that one?
Wait, is this her friend?
No, I wasn't.
Can we talk about that at
all?
We've talked about it on the podcast. Okay. Yeah, it just showed me that even mid.
Oh no, but I'm talking about since.
Yeah, we've talked about
it.
Even in my mid 30s, I just forgot how much of an asshole I needed to be.
Listen, that might have been partially my fault because I was like, no, because I never thought as my friend she would do that. I think it's rude. If you're gonna ghost somebody, don't ghost somebody that your friend introduced you to.
And it's so funny how women refuse to believe. I'm like, Michelle, I know that she's not talking to me. No, you just need to text her again. If you listen to a woman for advice, you will not.
I love
you will not.
When y'all sent me some of our clips and we were talking about this, I see some of the comments from women like talking about like you and I. Maybe it's just y'all are terrible, like y'all have picked terrible women. No, the point is women pick terrible men. By any objective metrics, I think you and I are good catches, and
Absolutely.
I have been good catches. We're good.
I will vouch for that
men.
as a woman.
And I've dated every girl on the spectrum, like of good girl, bad girl, like, and they all are attracted to the same type of behavior of the bad boy, the unavailable guy. And it's just what confuses guys, one, is that what you have to do to attract them is so much different than what they expect you to do once they're attracted to you. And guys don't know, like it's so they're thinking, I had to do this and ignore and not respond to all these things, and she got really into me. Why would I change? And all of a sudden, like, if that's what got her into me, why would I change and be this gentleman and everything she says that he wants? Two is women sit there and will pound into the head of guys, no, you should do this. You should treat her like this. Like, they can't give actual real advice to guys.
No, because they want the guy to just naturally.
So we're thinking of
it's a way
already
for
being
them
into
to.
it
It's a way for them to
weed
sift out the
yeah.
weak men. They
Yeah.
want men that are strong enough and confident enough to listen
Not
to
to
what
listen
they're
to their
saying.
bullshit,
To
yeah.
listen to them and be like, nope, I'm gonna stay in my frame. I don't
Exactly.
care what you say,
Yeah.
and that's attractive to them.
Yeah.
But my problem is that just women don't try to give men advice at all. But stop misleading the
Yeah.
young men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Guilty.
Stop misleading young men. At least let the men that know what they're doing give them advice without, oh, you're just terrible at choosing women, and all these insults that try and lead them down the wrong path. Just don't say anything.
That's
but
why you
don't
have
give.
to respond to the comment, Shav. I gave you the login.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm trying to be a good Christian. I don't want to be mean.
It
to
was
people.
just, it was, God, man, I hadn't needed to be an asshole in a while, and,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't. I just didn't have it in me.
So tell us about your date.
So I've gone out with this. You know what's funny is I actually told her I wasn't going to talk about it on the podcast. I wonder if I don't know if she knows.
Does she know what the podcast is?
I don't know. I can't remember.
It's not hard to find.
Whatever.
Yeah. Nickname.
She's Costa Rican.
Angles.
It's Costa Rican.
Angles.
Yeah, Angles.
Wait, doesn't that mean something else?
It means whatever you want it to mean.
Okay.
Means everything and nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to lunch with her once, and then I went to dinner with her after I came set up the studio last week. And then
She's from Costa Rica?
Yeah.
I love that.
she's an English teacher, actually.
Costa
Or a
Rica.
Spanish teacher, sorry.
Costa Rica has a really cool vibe that a lot of people that live
She's
there
cool.
have,
She's
you
super
know?
cool. She came over last night to my place for the first time.
Ooh. And she didn't say, I can't do that.
No.
What's her face?
Oh, no, we did not
Who's
hook
probably
up.
watching
we,
right now.
We did not hook up. Talk about respecting herself. She's very respectful of herself. We haven't done anything.
Really?
Yeah.
How many dates?
Have you just
3?
not made the move?
No, we've kissed and stuff.
Okay.
But it was like clear that like we weren't going to do anything.
So how
else.
does she make it clear?
I guess that I usually let the woman. I might make the first move for the kiss,
Yeah.
and then you might be feeling their ass, or whatever. Like,
You can tell body
but
language.
I wait for them to make a move for the nether region before I.
The nether region.
Before
What
I,
if they don't though? Because I'm the type that follow the guy's lead.
I can tell. I get. All right.
Body language, body movement.
If she's not gonna straddle, there's things that they do that show you that they want to take it to the. I don't know. I could just tell.
Yeah, you can tell when. Okay.
And she's just coy about it, but I respect it. I respect
Yeah.
the shit out of it. See,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, man, she's.
That's exactly.
I would encourage you though. You don't want to go too long without without making that extra move though, because you don't want to risk.
Who's watching us right now? Okay.
What?
Nah, I don't. That's
Is
not
this
gonna-
live right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been live on
where?
TikTok.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Dude, there's no issue with losing. The
All right,
obsession
yeah.
is.
The
Yeah,
obsession
it's
level.
I just-
It's like I need to decide if I want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
That's another reason I won't.
How
do
do
it.
you? All right. let's-
I don't do it anymore.
Hold
I
on a
don't do it
second.
with. I don't have sex with women anymore unless I'm done doing it before I'm sure if I want to pursue something.
Hold up. Back up. How do you all know a girl is obsessed with you?
Just it's in the eye of the beholder. No.
I need to know this.
What are the telltale
stages,
signs
like
of
they-
early onset obsession?
They get mad about stuff. They'll get mad about you at you for a lot of different things. They text you first.
Yeah.
They'll give you signs they're thinking about you.
Nurturing.
They're trying to like they want you to
Like,
make
you-
plans,
like-
and if you don't, they get mad.
Yeah, when a girl's
Right
obsessed,
away though, like in the
No,
beginning.
no.
of-
When a girl gets obsessed
Not
with you,
mad.
they complain about a lot. Girls don't complain about guys they're not super
That's
into.
valid, that's
Like
valid.
they will complain about a lot that you're not. They want you to do this, but you're not doing it, and you could really do anything, and they'll still.
Yeah, they start saying stuff like they'll talk about the one thing I don't put up with is cheating, and I don't like to share. And so if they start saying stuff like that to you, that's another.
And they'll
They're
also-
marking their territory.
They'll
a little
also
bit.
change their plans abruptly.
Yeah.
Like you will be her first priority.
Yeah.
That should be like that for anybody though. If
No.
you're dating a guy.
No, we're talking about in the courtship phase. If gets, you don't like the word obsession.
No, it's not that I don't like it. You
if
can
she
say
gets
it.
super into the guy first, she
EOO.
will make you, like, you will be her priority, spending time with you. She is going to talk to her friends about all the things you did and didn't do, and usually she's probably going to a couple times a week call you an asshole to her friends because you didn't do something. Like, those are the signs.
That means she's obsessed?
Yeah.
Okay, so during this obsession period, the courtship obsession phase, because I'm sure there's other obsession phases, do you purposely...
We're talking about early onset.
Early onset obsession. Do you purposely push boundaries to see how far she'll react?
No, so I'm not even talking about like game involved. I'm just talking about, usually a girl's not going to get obsessed with a guy that gets obsessed with her first. Usually obsession happens to a guy who's just...
It's not reciprocal.
Yeah,
Obsession's not reciprocal.
usually it's a guy that's not available, that she felt maybe a couple good moments with of a connection, and then she clings on to that moment.
Okay.
She seeks that like a dragon. Like, she seeks it out, that feeling. Your attention becomes like a drug to her. She doesn't care about it from anything. She's thinking about it all day. She just needs that dopamine hit from you, and you're the only thing that can give it to her. She'll change her plans. She complains about you. So
at any point, do you purposely, to gauge her obsession level, do you purposely do certain things as like little tests?
The only thing that you can do to offset her obsession is to get really into her,
And
nice
then-
to her.
Yeah, she won't be obsessed for long.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the danger of EOO, early onset obsession, the danger is...
Can only females get EOO?
No, here's the answer to that question. Only females can get it, and the relationship still be successful. If a guy gets it, it's done. It's over.
Okay.
If a guy gets early onset, the girl will be disgusted with the guy. A girl has to get it to want to date a guy.
But so guys like when a girl has EOO.
That brings me to my next point. It's important to note that if a guy gets EOO, terminal for the relationship.
Girl's
if a girl gets it, it doesn't automatically mean success. It could mean success, but oftentimes there's a reaction in males called EOD, which is early onset disgust. And that's when a girl gets obsessed too fast, and you're just disgusted by her.
Where's the line? What's an example of EOD?
These lines are blurred. It's scholars maintain that,
she starts posting you and things like that. Is that EOD?
I think posting me will cause EOD.
Yeah.
Posting me will cause EOD.
In the first what?
3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Different tests have shown different things in different medical journals.
Usually,
we're creating this here, a whole new level.
Standard onset disgust usually occurs 2 to 3 months after the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming off that honeymoon phase high, and it's not as good as the honeymoon phase. But then after that stage, it is a prime time period where the guy could get standard onset discussion.
So it's not really early onset disgust.
But
it's more
here's
like,
the thing: when the guy
extended release
and
disgust.
the problem is when the guy gets standard onset disgust,
the
girl gets more obsessed.
Yeah. So standard onset disgust.
S.O.D.
S.O.D. is the thing that every guy gets at some point in their relationship.
Dan, you're definitely getting it.
It's a successful relationship.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did you just say what I think you said?
Trust me, you've never been obsessed with a guy that wasn't disgusted with you at some point.
Define disgust.
Meaning, like, he still loves you as a person, but he's not physically attracted to you.
He wanted to have sex less than you did.
Yeah, he probably has.
No, I asked you about this last time. You guys.
No, he still loves you as a person. He loves you as he's
still a good partner. Just doesn't like having sex with you.
He just.
And this is every guy.
Yeah. Like I said, other than like devout Christian or religious men, where that's the foundation of their relationship.
S.O.D. it could happen at. That's the thing, though. There's a huge early onset disgust is like any disgust in the first 6 months.
Yeah.
S.O.D. is permanent.
S.O.D. could be 6 months to. It could hold off till year 7, but it's gonna.
So Dan and I
is it permanent?
Dan and I in our young.
We know about you. You get it like right away.
Disgust for a guy is similar to a girl putting a guy in the friend zone. It's like very hard to get out of. But me and Dan,
So you're saying a dude friend zones in his mind every person he's with?
No, but he will still date the girl and love you as a partner and think that you're the best girlfriend option for him. He just is not attracted to you as much anymore.
So there's nothing that a woman can do to avoid her man going into S.O.D.?
No.
So Dan and I in our
I mean, a hall pass, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. But Dan and I used to do a thing. Guys would rate girls on a 1 to 10 scale.
Yeah.
We changed the scale on not 1 to 10 being 10 being
remember.
one. It was how many months would it take until we got disgusted with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Like,
if a girl,
damn, she's an 18, bro.
yeah,
like,
like
damn, that,
I could date her for a year and a half before I got disgusted.
Yeah, like usually it's like, what, they're like a 6 to 9.
Yeah.
So is it permanent? There's nothing that
If
brings to get
girl's
you out of disgust?
If a girl's a 0.5, that means you could date her for a half a year before you get disgusted.
So what? Let me ask you this: if you friend zone a guy, can he ever get out
Yeah.
of it?
No.
Okay, there's your answer.
Yeah, but here's the
So
difference.
what? So
Here's the difference,
What's
though.
the solution?
No.
Hall
But
pass?
here's the difference, though.
I don't know.
Here's the difference, though. You can still be in a successful relationship, and the relationship can play itself out with the guy feeling that and the girl being more. That's why I say girls have to be more into it. But if a girl at any point feels the guy gets more into it than she is, especially in the courtship phase, and she friend zones him, the relationship will not even have a chance to play out. Y'all will not even, you might get attention from him, but you're going to be seeking attention elsewhere and wanting to date other people.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, trust me, I have had
a relationship
the disgust phase. I get that
a relationship can last a while and be somewhat successful even if the guy has D.
But you're saying they all have S.O.D.
I'm saying at some point,
SOD's gonna pop up.
yeah,
for a
like
guy
at some point any guy's normal human desires are going to come in and he's not going to be as physically attracted to you like he was in the honeymoon phase. Now it's just to what extent, like
some
what
cases-
And
level.
is it
Some
something
cases
that the
it has,
woman's doing to trigger? Like what?
No,
can
that's the
cause
thing.
it?
That's the common misconception.
yeah.
There's nothing on this fault. No fault of
what-
the
Chris, what are you agreeing with us? Oh my God! We're gonna get those people that say in the comments, "You gotta love the person anyway." But if you signed up to be with somebody because you're attracted to a certain thing, and then like they gain weight, they do this, they do that, can you have that conversation with them?
You have to be able to.
Yeah,
Like-
agreed. I
like-
agree. But a lot of people would disagree. But I think that they're just disagreeing maybe because they're in that
I would
situation.
want my partner to tell me if I was
Me
like
too.
getting gross or something.
What?
Like,
But
Yeah,
I think
or
that, I
they're
think
in that
that's, I think
scenario.
that's where it goes back to like when you meet somebody, like you should meet them, like I said, at church or in the gym. Like y'all both work out together. I think that's something
Yeah.
that couples that work out together tend to be because they have similar views on being healthy and wanting
Yeah.
to be in shape.
so when we work out together, go to the gym together, but not actually do each other's work.
Not do the same
Yeah,
workout.
okay, thank
no.
God.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that is a sign of a girlfriend guy.
Oh gosh.
What's a girlfriend guy?
girlfriend guy.
A girlfriend guy is a guy who just wants to be a boyfriend.
He's a rebound for a lot.
Yeah.
When a girl gets out of the relationship with the guy,
He's the guy that
will give her everything she quote wants
Right.
and needs, but
Right.
they're never going to end up with it. And so I think, yeah, going to the gym together is one thing, but
Yeah.
actually working out together, only girlfriend guys do that. It's like the guy that works out with the girl does the same weight
Yeah.
as her, and like, does the
Yeah.
same workout.
He
Like, dude,
does like
dude.
body weight
It's
squats.
like, have some respect for yourself. Yeah, I will never
Yeah.
work. You can try to do my workout if you want to. Like, I'm not like the guy that like tailors his gym time
The
to
only
the girl.
reason they should do the same workout is if the girl is, hey, can you show me what you're doing? I
Exactly.
want to do what you're
Yeah,
doing.
exactly.
The guy can't want to do what the girl's
No,
doing.
ever.
That's why it's about keeping frame. You got to the guy has to stay in his frame. If the girl's like coming and begging you to do your workout, okay, I'll show you what I'm doing.
yeah.
But the guy can't go there and be like, hey, babe, let's go.
Like, what are we doing?
Let's go do Stairmaster
Yeah,
for 20
yeah,
minutes.
or
I see people working out together all the time.
no.
Does that mean that they're that?
It means that the guy is a girlfriend guy, and that he's most likely either a rebound or someone who they're just getting
Yeah.
attention from while they wait for the guy to
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
want
He's
it.
just a placeholder.
Yeah,
he's a
and-
placeholder.
and that
until she meets somebody she has genuine burning desire for.
a
Why?
guy
So you think that a girl wouldn't do those things with a guy she actually likes?
a guy who actually likes would not do her workout. A guy she actually likes would either be doing his own workout, or maybe if she was like, hey, can I do that with you? He'd be like, yeah, you can do that with me. But like a guy that goes to the gym and like his girlfriend pulls up a workout for them to do,
Yeah.
no. Girlfriend guy.
Yeah, girlfriend guy.
I don't think I can run with my girl
I-
because I'm not.
Really?
Yeah, no. Because I'm gonna. What is she gonna keep up with me?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
what are we doing
no
here?
no girl would ever be able to do the workout
Yeah,
that I do.
yeah.
We worked out together before.
But did we do the same thing?
No, you're right.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
he's not a girlfriend guy. Yeah, no, that's.
I also wasn't his girlfriend.
But it's just.
We can say that we dated. It's fine.
Yeah. That's whose past he's really mad about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have retroactive jealousy for me?
Yeah. So you're right, but I wanted to make that distinction of going to the gym and then working out.
There's a big difference, yeah.
Huge difference. Any ladies out there, if a guy wants to do your workout, be very wary of it.
But we don't need to tell them. They will naturally feel disgusted. They will get S.O.D.
Yeah. What am I even doing? Yeah, exactly.
So you're basically saying that women just have to accept it.
Yeah, I do think, in all honesty, and obviously we're having fun and being hyperbolic, kind of. But seriously, in the most healthy relationships, dynamics change over time.
Absolutely.
And I think that you have to be okay with that. In year 10, maybe the romantic spark isn't going to be look the same way it did in year 1. And
100%. That's reality, really.
That's reality. And I think I've been in relationships where it's like they couldn't deal with that.
They expect because they see it on freaking social media.
Yeah. That's why people grow. You have to grow with somebody.
Yeah.
That happens by communication, experience building. But
yeah, and I think that you go through phases like that where people grow apart and stuff, but that's like people have to just be way more realistic about relationships, especially as we get like older.
If you're going to marry somebody, you have to accept the fact that there may be times where you're not attracted to that person.
Yeah.
You're not like, you don't want to be with them, but you have made a commitment that no matter what, obviously other than I think like infidelity, you have to make a commitment that even through those times you will still try and make it work.
Yeah, agreed. People need to stop comparing themselves. Social media is ridiculous. My guy did this. My guy did that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the Shannon Sharpe thing.
So Shannon Sharpe, he was sleeping with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model into the BDSM shit, and then she's claiming that he raped her.
Yep.
And what is he putting out receipts of the? He's claiming it's consensual. It sounded, I don't know. I read
offered her $10 million at first.
Oh, really?
She didn't take it. She's got the lawyer. What's his name?
Tony Busby, classic.
Yeah, who I guess was involved with the whole Jay-Z thing that ended up.
He's on a lot of different, going after athletes.
Yeah, she's an OnlyFans model.
Always bad, dude. Regardless of what the situation is, whether he did it or not, like, dude, like
he's how old? 60 something.
56 or something. She's 19. It's you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, 100%.
You're just asking
Especially
for trouble
with a girl that makes her living off sex
off her
work.
body.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just asking for trouble. It doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm surprised she didn't take $10 million. Dude, just do it and get out. Like,
I think that attorney had something to do with that. Like, he pursues this against athletes and stuff, but what did you think was going to happen with somebody like that? And we talked at one point about when you were in the NBA and stuff, like, he at some point has had to go through some type of trainings or learned about women like this.
I'm sure from the time he played like high school football up into college, like he has had, they have to go to programs where they warn you about women that are just looking to try and get money from you. So when he went into his media broadcasting career, maybe he forgot about it. And
some people can't say no to.
So the thing that some of the people are saying is that it's like the Blake and Justin thing. I don't know if you know about the Blake Lively and Justin thing. That's what we talked about it for a minute. The one thing that Justin did and that a lot of men are starting to do in these scenarios is put out the receipt so that they try to save their reputation, defend themselves and stuff, so that the court of public opinion can weigh in.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And obviously it worked for Justin Baldoni, because had he not done that with Blake Lively, God only knows where he would be. People would have listened to her. And now that dude, I don't know if you know this, but like when Justin's lawyer did it, he put out a website.
No, I didn't
like
know
a
that.
website that I was up, remember, until 4 o'clock in the morning reading. Like, he saved every single text, everything. And he was smart too, because.
So he won that.
I don't know where it's at today, but can you actually look at what's going on with the Blake Lively thing? But that one was huge. You're talking Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and now their like lives are over, because not only did like it prove that she didn't do it, he didn't do it to her, but that her intention was to steal his movie. So she like set him up.
Wow.
So
and
anyway,
has the receipts to prove
Oh
that?
yeah, I went down the rabbit hole. Some people are saying like you shouldn't like issue the receipts, but I also feel like in the Shannon Sharpe situation, had he not, people are just going to jump and assume because she's 19, OnlyFans. But there's some, and Chris probably could weigh in on this, but there's a lot of text and is there audio too of her like literally asking to get hardcore.
Wait, she's saying what in the audio? Or
She doesn't want him manipulating her. And but you want me to do that, and I'll choke you.
Okay, so she's. So, I mean,
And in the text, but the text messages, she's asking for like hardcore stuff to be done to her.
They're doing the BDSM stuff, and so that's such a gray area.
Yeah.
In a safe BDSM relationship, obviously, there's Hollywood could speak to this.
I know. I'm like, where's Hollywood?
Safe
We need
words, and he's in an ethical BDSM. Yeah. He's like an ethical BDSM guy.
Yeah, Hollywood.
And it's all about respect and like you're getting permission and they're letting you like tie them. They're letting you do this to them, and it's this mutual respect type thing and safe words and stuff. But when you're not following taking it serious, that shit can get blurred real fast.
Yeah, but I'm with you. Like, it just, to me, and I'm like by no means discounting anything anybody's gone through or anything like that, but I find, how do you go from being in this consensual thing and continuous, and with the amount of receipts that he showed saying she was, all of a sudden now she was unhappy, he was abusing her, and now you're asking for $50 million.
The women that falsely accuse men of doing stuff are the worst enemies to the women who actually are victims of that.
Yeah, that's
and
what
women should
Blake
be outraged by it.
And Blake Lively stuff came out when it was that movie, It Ends With Us.
Yeah.
That's where, and that movie was about domestic violence. So she took away the whole point of that movie, and it's an insult to domestic violence women. What?
Testify.
She's testifying?
Blake Lively is going to testify.
And Taylor Swift was subpoenaed.
And Taylor Swift
was
subpoenaed.
I know, didn't Ryan pull away and say, I don't really want anything, Ryan Reynolds?
Is this going to be another Johnny Depp, Amber Heard?
Yeah, there's people are saying that she makes Amber Heard look like nice and like normal. What she did was like,
dude, people love this shit, man. People watch the trials.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I think the Karen
like
Reed one is.
Yeah.
Do you know about the Karen Reed one? Because I feel like that one is like one of the biggest ones. That's the one that we're going viral about right now. But it was a Boston cop, and they said that she hit her boyfriend with a car or whatever. But people care about that one like big time. That's
crazy.
Huge.
Yeah. The Law and Crime channel on YouTube. You can watch whole trials now.
Yeah,
it's the industry around true crime is just wild.
I would love to be able to watch the Diddy trial. Actually,
I know.
Yeah, so there's all these documentaries have come out and making him look guilty. So then all these witnesses no one is it's seemingly uncompromised.
I just know. I know. I'm not sure all of his charges, but he got charged with a RICO. That's what they charged John Gotti with.
Yeah.
A one-man RICO.
Dude, it's so funny how after I'm sure it was the biggest not secret.
Yeah.
It's the most well-known secret in Hollywood and New York and stuff was what he was doing. But no one cared to say anything about it until it came out. Now everyone's like, you knew all
I want
this
to know
shit,
what J-Lo knows.
You didn't give a fuck.
I don't know how much.
No one was had the integrity to say anything about it before it came out.
Do you hear rumors at all?
I tell you,
Shav has been to a party at Diddy's. Not that kind of party.
I've been to a couple of white parties in the Hamptons. Yeah. I'd been to a couple of his white parties in the Hamptons and even been to his house in Miami one time. I had never seen anything that looked sketchy, never heard anything, just other than he has crazy parties.
Scratching, clawing at the door of the cabin.
I guess I wasn't cool enough to get
There was a dungeon door and he heard people scratching it.
They only had a group of people that were involved that had something to do with it, and they just...
I'm sure they're not just going to...
I want to know what J-Lo
You don't
knows,
remember the story about Corey
at
his house?
I know. Yeah.
What's the story?
The night before, one of my buddies was performing. He's a rapper. He was performing.
Shav was in his music video.
I was in Fort Lauderdale.
Clip.
I was in Fort Lauderdale. Me and Corey were in Fort Lauderdale, and he had a show in Fort Lauderdale. We went to it. Corey got really drunk and was annoying me when we got back.
This is when you were younger,
playing, I was
right?
25, and he was passed out drunk and just passed out stomach down on my couch, and I went and took a Sharpie and just drew a massive male reproductive organ on his back, outlined it in permanent marker 4 different times. So we got invited to go over to Diddy's house the next day. We go over there. It's just our group of friends, and Corey, of course, doesn't know he's got this drawn on his back.
Oh, shit.
And we're out by his pool, and it's drizzling a little bit. I'm telling everybody, I'm like, yo, we got to get Corey to take his shirt off. He doesn't know. And so we're like, go, man, go jump in the water. It's raining. Why? Just take your shirt off. Go jump in the water. So finally, he takes his shirt off, and he's just got this from neck to bottom of his spine. And so he's walking around. And probably walking around for 20, 30 minutes, with this on his back. And we're sitting down in the chairs by the pool. And all of a sudden, we see Diddy storm out of his house and come look at Corey and goes, yo, my man. And Corey's looking at him. He's what the F do you got on your back? And Corey's, and then he notices he has it on his back. And he just... Diddy's just looking.
And then he made Corey go up to his bedroom.
Yeah, I was like, that's instantly.
Had his way with it.
That's the best Diddy story I got.
So the first witness to take the stand is going to be our friend Corey in the trial. And
The
that's
star
all.
witness.
That's it for the MFM podcast today. Thanks for
Welcome back,
listening.
Shav.
Thank you.